Could this be the end of Jake Paul's boxing career? We just witnessed what might be the most talked about fight of the decade. A clash that had everyone on the edge of their seats. The man who took on an entire sport, Jake Paul, finally stepped into the ring with a true heavyweight titan, Anthony Joshua. The stakes were astronomical, not just for the fighters, but for the very soul of boxing. This wasn't just another fight. It was a cultural event, a collision of two worlds. On one side, you have Anthony Joshua, a two-time former unified heavyweight champion, an Olympic gold medalist, a man forged in the fires of the professional circuit. His power is legendary, his technique honed over years of elite competition. On the other, Jake Paul, the internet sensation turned professional boxer. Love him or hate him, you can't deny the phenomenon he's become. He's brought millions of new eyes to the sport, but the question has always lingered. Is he a real fighter? Can the problem child stand toe-to-toe with a genuine heavyweight killer like a Jay? The skepticism was deafening in the lead-up. Boxing purists called it a farce, a spectacle that undermined the integrity of the sport. They pointed to Jake's resume, a list of former MMA fighters and celebrities, a far cry from the murderer's row Joshua has faced. Pundits broke down the technical gulf between them, AJ's punishing jab, his footwork, his ability to set up devastating combinations versus Jake's raw, often unorthodox style. The tension was palpable. Could Jake's undeniable power and self-belief somehow bridge this massive gap in experience and skill? Or was he about to walk into a storm he couldn't possibly weather? This was more than a fight. It was a test of legitimacy, a question of whether internet fame could truly conquer decades of hard-earned boxing pedigree. The build-up to the fight was a masterclass in promotion. The press conferences were electric, a war of words that had fans completely divided. Jake, ever the showman, was confident, almost arrogant, promising to shock the world and expose the old guard of boxing. He taunted Joshua, calling him slow, predictable, and past his prime. We saw clips from his training camp in Puerto Rico, showcasing his dedication and the power in his right hand. He looked bigger, stronger, more serious than ever before. His team truly believed they had found a way to win. Meanwhile, Ajay's camp was the picture of calm professionalism. He was respectful but firm, acknowledging Jake's influence while making it clear that there are levels to the sport. We saw him in his London gym, hitting the heavy bag with frightening force, sparring with partners who mimicked Jake's style. The public perception was a whirlwind of opinions. Social media was a battlefield. Was Jake a visionary changing the game, or was he a clown about to get his comeuppance? Every interview, every face-off just added more fuel to the fire, building the anticipation to a fever pitch. And then, fight night. The atmosphere was incredible. You could feel the energy through the screen. The first couple of rounds were tense, a chess match. Jake was surprisingly composed, using his jab, moving his head, trying to stay out of range of Ajay's power. Joshua was patient, stalking, measuring. He was downloading the data, figuring out Jake's timing. You could see the difference in class, but Jake was holding his own, landing a few decent shots that got the crowd roaring. He was proving he belonged in there, but then it happened. In the fourth round, Joshua saw his opening. He feinted with a jab, drawing a reaction from Jake, and then unleashed a thunderous right hand that landed flush on the chin. It was the kind of punch you hear as much as you see. Jake's legs turned to jelly and he went down hard. The crowd erupted. To his credit, Jake showed immense heart and got back to his feet, but the damage was done. Ajay, like a shark smelling blood, moved in for the finish. A brutal combination, a left hook followed by a devastating uppercut, sent Jake crashing to the canvas for the second and final time. The referee didn't even bother with the count. It was over, a brutal, definitive knockout. The world had its answer. So, what does this mean for both fighters? For Anthony Joshua, it's a statement. He reasserted his position at the top of the heavyweight division and silenced any critics who thought he was slipping. He handled the spectacle with class and delivered a highlight reel finish. For Jake Paul, this is a crossroads. He showed incredible courage stepping in with a beast like Ajay, but the gap in skill was undeniable. This loss could either be the end of his boxing experiment or the ultimate learning experience that fuels a more realistic, smarter return to the ring. What did you think of the fight? Was the outcome what you expected? Who should Jake Paul or Anthony Joshua fight next? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear what you have to say. And if you love boxing content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching.